It's way station time here in Coeur d'Alene. There's also the Idaho Welcome Center. Welcome to Idaho. Roll across our scale, please. So this has weigh in motion and a pre-pass scale. It also has electronic signs along the side of the road, so if you don't have a transponder, they can tell you on the signs, truck okay to bypass or truck must enter scale. For me, they hit both my transponder and the electronic sign telling me to come in. So it's time for me to weigh. So trucks only across scales left. 15 mile an hour. Scale speed 3 mile an hour. Lovely little display overhead, shows you your weight. I think that stays on all night. Whew! That trailer axle's heavy. Am I good? I think I'm good. Yeah, nothing on any of the signs. Alright. Cool. I don't need to make a pit stop, so we're not going to bother pulling into any of the parking spaces. Speed limit through the rest area is 15 mile an hour. I'll keep my speed nice and low until we get around this corner. Alright, let's get back up to freeway speed. We are out of here. So bad. The annoying thing is there's a car that I just passed right before I got pulled into the weigh station that was only doing 55. 55, which the speed limit here for cars is 70. For trucks it's 65. I was doing 62 and had to pass somebody, which is ridiculous to me. And now they're probably in front of me again, unless they exited without me seeing. Pretty sure they're in front of me. So I'm sure we'll catch them in 10-15 minutes or so. Maybe I'll get lucky and it's just a Coeur d'Alene local that was going home. It's kind of late in the evening. Tail end of the rush hour out of Spokane. Bicycle. It's a good day. I'm having some reefer trouble. So we just picked up that load down in, by the way, good morning campers, I didn't actually say that. This is the same day as the previous video, but I want to make sure I've got enough content to fill in the days that I sat and did nothing. So this is the same day as the previous video. I realized I didn't finish my story about the trailer tails. What happened with Prime was they had those tails that opened themselves and drivers kept backing them into dock doors because they were too lazy to get out and check and see if they were open. So Prime's solution to that is the new low profile tails, like the ones that we saw. You really gonna go between people, dude? Don't do that, please. Motorbike, please don't do that. Yikes. Reckless driving happening there. Yeah, so Prime's solution to that is the low profile tails, because they do not need to be opened or closed by the drivers. They're just there, they just work, they fold out of the way when the doors get opened, and they can be backed into docks. There's certain docks where you back into them with the doors closed and the doors are open from the inside of the facility, and those low profile tails work in those docks, which is lovely. we're coming up on the US 95 interchange here, which is road to Sandpoint in Moscow, Idaho. But yeah, so Prime has switched to those super low profile tails. They're not as effective on saving fuel as like the boat tail style that I have on this trailer, the white ones that fold out and have like the skeleton structure. Please, dude, go a little faster. Would you mind going like, oh, puppy? I take back everything I said. You can go as slow as you want, as long as the puppy. No, come back, puppy. Hi, puppy. Yay, puppy. I am easily ameliorated. The dog has not looked at me once. It is looking forward. It is concerned with only one thing, and that is everyone in front of it. Oh, it's so good and pure. Yeah, the white trailer tails that have like the skeletal structure underneath them, and the fold-out ones that lock into place, and you gotta pull a little string to make them pop out. Those are the most effective that we have had of the three designs we've had. The black tails were very not much effective at all because they didn't have a top or bottom piece, and they did not angle inward at all. So all they did was just move the point where the wind fell in on itself back a few feet, which it really did almost nothing. Those tails were a terrible design. All they did was cause a lot of damage and did not save much in the way of fuel. But the new low profile tails actually do help a bit, just not as good as the like boat tails. Which, you know, on the bright side, Prime is going to stop having to pay out lots of money for people smashing dock doors with the in-between tails. So I'm sure Prime is happy. It's just like inhaled a moat of dust. Alright, no truck service in this exit. Most of these exits have not had truck services, so I don't know why that exit 14 in particular gets a sign about it. Very odd. Very odd indeed. Anyway, I'm not intending for this particular video to go as long as the last one, the 30-minute epic monologue driving through the Tri-Cities. Though I do have to say, this town is lovely. I like northern Idaho. It's very small. It's very small and full of lots of interesting places. Which is, you know, all you can say about a lot of things. I kind of love that there's a city up here called Moscow. It's like, I guess this is as close to Russia as you can get in the continental U.S. I mean, just like geography-wise, not physically close to the country of Russia, but I mean, like, this probably looks more like Russia than a lot of other parts of America. So I can kind of see why someone would call a city up here Moscow. Russia, like, the parts of Russia that people think of are like the northern, super woodsy bits, the parts that get very cold in the winter, like it does here. It's an appropriate name for a city up here, is all I'm saying.